education today is focused on?
SAT.
GPA.
Standardized testing. Memorization.
Grades.
Formulas.
High step.
One right answer.
But what about problem solving? Imagination. Music. Evaluation.
Interpretation.
Innovation. Critical thinking.
Decision making. Individuality.
Relations.
Creativity is the process of having new, valuable ideas. Sadly, education today is destroying students' abilities to think creatively. We are being told how to think and why to think it. Is this to blame the teachers or the education system as a whole? Our education system is primarily focusing on grades, core classes, and standardized tests, which minimize the focus on creativity. Well, having creativity means that you have the ability to critically think, problem solve, and innovate. With a world that is constantly evolving, changing, and improving, it is absolutely critical we still have people who can think like this.
You'll need the creativity and ingenuity you develop in all your classes to build new companies that will create new jobs and boost our economy.
I think it's a shame because a lot of minds get untrained when they might be really creative. They get kind of suppressed because a lot of the creative minds are also minds that want to please and get good grades, so they learn to play the game, and the game is to not be original.
Around age 5, the time that most children start their education, they are using about 80% of their creative potential. Whether it is coloring or playing dress-up, children at this age are constantly using their imagination. However, the scary part to this is that by age 12, the usage of our creativity declines to about 2% of our potential, and it typically stays there for the rest of our lives. The main cause of this decline is because schools tend to put the impressions on their students that there's only one right answer. With the fear of being wrong or receiving a bad grade, students are afraid to try new things. This is something we cannot afford to lose in society because thinking outside the box and taking risks is essential for children to learn how to critical think, problem solve, and innovate.
The goal of education is not just to teach, it's to have children, have our students learn.
Now, I'm not saying grades don't matter, but I feel as if schools need to teach their students that it's not about the grade they receive, but rather the material they actually learned. I would also like schools to put more focus on classes such as art, music, dance, and gym. Classes such as these will enhance children's individuality, imagination, and creativity in general. School systems tend to put emphasis on the math, science, history, and English classes, which I do agree are very important for learning. However, school systems are losing their focus on art, music, gym, etc., and I feel as if that's the best way to expand a student's creativity. Lastly, our school systems have a problem with standardized testing.
I think some of the things, if we didn't have these tests, then teachers would have more time to try to teach things a little bit more on the creative side. Instead of focusing on, oh my gosh, I have this much time to get these many standards in, and it's almost impossible for teachers to do that.
I understand these tests are essential to measure a student's learning, but we are testing too much and it takes away from a teacher's ability to actually teach students things they need to learn. All in all, our country needs to find a way to combine core classes, standardized testing, and student creativity. So, how will we find a way to balance these two in our country?